everyone, and welcome to the Arrow After Show here on thestream.tv. I am Kaori Takee, and joining me, I've got Michael Medina over here.
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm here and we have an opening in the Suicide Squad I'd like to put in my application.
Oh, I think you would do a fine job.
That's what I'm gonna do.
You know. And I've got David Griffin.
I'm ready to talk about some suicidal tendencies and possibly the best flashback of the season. Throwing it down.
Ooh, that's big.
Yeah, throwing
like
it
that.
down.
Yeah.
That's true. It was a really good flashback. And unfortunately, Ann Campea is not here tonight, but she will be back in a couple weeks.
Who's Ann?
She's got some stuff going. Do not say who's Ann.
She's a world traveler. World traveler.
But you can continue to tweet her as well as us throughout the week at #ArrowAfterShow with your questions and comments, because we love to read these things along the way, because we like to keep that conversation going, hear your theories, all that good stuff. So this is how it's going to go. We are going to do some of our positives, some of our negatives, if there are any, and always there's good with bad. So, and after that, we will take your questions. So continue #ArrowAfterShow for those questions. They might be over here in a couple minutes. So let's start. But before we really begin, let's say overall thoughts of this episode.
I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was great. I love the flashback, you know, Deadshot. I think just the overall chemistry, the wedding, Diggle getting some time to shine. We always say Diggle never has enough time to do anything. Diggle finally had his moment, finally had the whole episode.
Yeah.
No costume. No suit, but he had
Didn't need
time.
one.
I mean, he got he had a Black Ops outfit looking thing on, but I mean, it was great to see Diggle have an episode.
I actually liked him in this particular mode, just being there with his wife. Also, I found it was a really good change for Diggle, and it was refreshing to have him kind of aside from Oliver to show his strengths in a different angle. What about you?
Yeah, overall, I enjoyed this episode. I love the Suicide Squad. I thought there were a lot of fun moments. You know, it was a little bit heavier on the drama. There were good dramatic moments, like you mentioned, the flashbacks. We'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, overall, it was fun. It was well put together. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I agree. I completely enjoyed this episode. I liked it a lot more than the previous episode. There was a lot of stuff going on. There are some negatives, but you know, you really start getting a definition of the atom, which is nice. Definitely nice. And yeah. All right, so let's start with our positives. All right, let's go this way.
Positives. Suicide Squad. I mean, we talked about Diggle and stuff. This is definitely his, you know, bread and butter. This is where he's comfortable. And this is, I think, the Diggle that we complain all the time. Give Diggle a suit. I want Diggle to have a suit. I want him to do something. Well, he did something. He did something, a lot of something. So, no, he looked good in the suit. I mean, his outfit and stuff. And his chemistry with Deadshot, I just love that. I love, like, their chemistry together. It was a lot of fun. They hate each other, but they kind of respect each other now, which I thought was kind of cool, making that transition, you know, because like killing his brother and all that. But yeah, Suicide Squad is fun. Cupid, I didn't think I was going to care much for this character, but I actually do.
Did you like her when she first appeared a couple episodes before?
Not at first.
Okay.
I mean, she was okay. I felt kind of villain of the week a little bit with her.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but now she's like, all right, she's kind of growing on me. She's fun.
Yeah, I kind of like her, but at the same time, I feel that how she got her skills was
a
little strange,
a little suspect.
But you know, she is an interesting character, and she's crazy, and we need some crazy.
Nutty.
She's nutty. So yeah. Any other positives?
Well, you know, I like Felicity. I have no problem with Felicity. Ray Felicity works too, though.
Is that a first time hearing that, Ray Felicity?
Hashtag.
I don't know.
Did hashtag Ray Felicity.
I hope so.
Ray Felicity.
I want to be at the forefront of something. No, I know. I'm not, and I know Felicity's cool. I love Felicity. But again, you know, these two, they do work well together.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see how this works out. I like them. I like them together.
Me too. All right, Mike. David, see me.
I'm going to go with the flashback. Deadshot. This is my favorite flashback of the season. I thought he was great. It was nice to see his wife and his daughter, see him come back. Got a little PTSD. There's a little message at the end of this episode, you know, for veterans and things like that. They'll go to some website or something and check something out. I mean, you know, it was a great. I wish we had more of it, though. It almost seemed like it was rushed. All these flashbacks lately seem like the rush. Even the stuff in Hong Kong with Oliver the last week, everything just seems kind of rushed. But I thought it was great. I love seeing the backstory with Deadshot.
Yeah,
he's a cool character.
It gives you a different sentimental value towards Deadshot, and you start really feeling for him. So at the end, when he perhaps passes away, you just get kind of sad.
Well, Cupid was sad.
Yeah, she was. No.
Yeah, Cupid was sad.
We talked about like the flashbacks this season have been kind of on the weaker side, not quite as good as seasons past. Again, he's a great character, and these flashbacks were really good. But yeah, and I'd mentioned this, I think maybe a couple episodes back. We finally saw Diggle's brother.
Yeah.
They didn't just throw him in
Yeah.
there for nothing. There's a reason why they cast this character. We're going to see more of him. So you have to assume that we're going to get more flashbacks. I think they're just building towards something a little bit bigger. So we'll get more flashbacks. I think it's probably safe to say Deadshot's going to be all right.
I hope so. I really do hope so. Any other positives?
I also liked, I like how they always throw in stuff from the comics. So Senator Joseph Cray is actually a real character. He's a character that the Suicide Squad, or he used the Suicide Squad to get himself reelected. So it's actually a story from the comic books back in the day, so an older comic. So I thought that was great that they used Joseph Cray. I just love how they throw things in from the comic books every now and then.
Yeah.
Some of them flow better than others, but I thought this one was a good choice.
For the most part, those shows like Flash and Arrow do a good job of that. Like they'll take like just a minuscule character or whatever and just give him something to do. I'm like, oh, I caught that. That's cool.
Yeah.
A lot of Easter eggs. A lot of Easter eggs on the CW and shows. Some of my positives, I really liked watching the Atom suit in action.
Yeah.
A little campy, but I think it really actually worked for the CW's Arrow. I really enjoyed it. I liked seeing how fast it was and how he was kind of Tony Stark-esque. I thought that was really cool. I liked that part. I have to agree with you on the flashbacks. I thought those were the highlights of the episode as well.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah,
So good.
really nice, and really, I just started really liking Deadshot, and just when you start liking him, he kind of goes away again.
Yeah, that's what's so great about this character and the actor just himself and stuff, because initially you hated this guy. You wanted to hate him for what he did to Diggle. Really didn't seem to show much remorse, but you could see, like, obviously thanks to these great flashbacks that there's more to his story. So, he wants Diggle and his wife to get to his daughter and all this stuff. So he's a lot of layers with Deadshot. He's a great character.
Yeah, and to emphasize also this Diggle-centric episode, I like that you kind of see him having some moments of happiness.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like he's getting married. Of course, Ray happens to be a minister as well. So that's
He
nice.
does everything. He does it all.
Yeah.
He does it all.
Well, I mean, we've watched enough TV in our lives to know that this happiness can't possibly last forever, right?
Unless he leaves.
True.
This could
I
happen.
doubt it. John Stewart, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about some of our negatives. Let's start with you. Yeah.
Negative for the show, and again, I think this is a strong episode.
Yeah.
It's really hard to pick negatives. If anything, I think it's just getting used to the show developing and evolving. I almost compare it to, maybe some people might call this blasphemy, it's too much to say, almost like a Game of Thrones where the show is so, all right, easy, do not, I didn't break the internet, broke the internet. Easy, I'm not trying to say, it's just, the show is expanding so much where the show it's not really Arrow anymore. I mean, you have Oliver's there, but the show is just so many characters, and that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. You have the Atom. You have, Nisa's still around training Laurel's got a little injury on her wrist. Like, I'm training with a girl in the gym. Oh, don't worry about it. It's just a friend.
Yeah,
the show is just so huge right now. I think each week we have to sit back and get used to just how big the show. I think the Flash is going to get there eventually.
Yeah,
the Flash is going to get that big too.
I think that sometimes they can't even, they have to omit certain characters for an episode because it's too crunch time.
Right.
There was no Thea, there was no Merlyn. We don't know what's happening with Shadow.
Yeah, true.
Right, that
Right.
flash. They completely got rid of that flashback.
Yeah.
We were talking about Ray. Like Ray, I like Ray, but he probably could have just been completely erased from this episode. Really didn't do that much.
Really?
I think so. Just because,
I disagree, obviously.
well, yeah, obviously
I was
you
like,
do.
what?
No, but
Say
I
what?
just felt like they could have done without Ray.
Roy was
Not Ray. I'm sorry, Ray. I meant Roy.
You meant Roy.
Oh,
yeah,
Roy.
Yeah.
I gotta stop that.
Ray had kind of a significant part.
Roy.
Ray had a little bit of
I was like, boy, I can't agree with you there.
Did we not watch the last scene? Did we were all watching the back. I was like, did we miss that? Yeah.
I was watching another show, Clay. No, I meant Roy.
Roy, yeah.
Well, that being said, I love Roy, and yes, he wasn't as useful in this episode, but he did have some good liners in there. And also, people were tweeting that he got electrocuted with Oliver, and Oliver left him, which they thought was hilarious. I didn't catch
Dog
that.
eat dog world, right?
Yeah.
But Oliver wouldn't let him out.
Yeah.
He said, "This is league business. Just stay here.
I know. I was
Don't
like,
suit up. I
"Oh,
got this. This is league business. I got it."
This is too much stuff for you to deal with right now.
Sucks.
So, another negative, or you're good?
I don't want Diggle to quit.
Yeah.
I don't want Diggle and his wife to quit. They're like trying to get like day jobs. I mean, where are they going to go work at? Like the Applebee's or, work at Walmart? I mean, what are they going to do? I mean, their skills are very specialized. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, do you?
Skills.
I mean, does the fans out there want to see Diggle and them quit?
No,
they're not
I
gonna
don't think
stay.
so. Diggle's definitely a fan favorite.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that.
And
technically-
Lila?
Yeah.
I
She
like
shows
her.
up every now and then. I like Lila. I'm
I like
down
her
with
too.
Lila.
Yeah.
Well, again, we watched enough TV. We know how this stuff works. I think for the most part, I have no answers. I don't really know what's going to happen, but we've seen enough TV that's like, it's not going to be perfect. Something's going to go, and I'm looking forward to that. That's what I want to see, because it's not going to be a perfect, happy ending. I want everybody to survive.
Clearly.
But, yeah.
I mean, they didn't even have a honeymoon,
knows?
so, you know.
Yeah, they gotta go to Fiji.
Gotta go to
Living on
Fiji.
Fiji, yeah.
No, they spent their honeymoon in Kasnia.
Kasnia. It's a beautiful time of year.
With Cupid and Deadshot. How about that? Okay, I'm going to go first for my negatives. Well, before you, I mean.
Go for it.
So I think that I'm not big on romance being too just, it was too much for me, the whole Oliver Felicity thing. I thought that it was like, okay, we get it, that it never works out and he's always thinking about her, but I just felt like the spiel was a little too unnecessary.
It's a bit much. I mean, you know, I love the CW. I've been watching the CW back when it was like the WB, then turned to the CW. So
You're that
whatever.
old? No, I'm just kidding.
But no, I watched like back when it was like Buffy. I remember like, you know what I mean? And like I watched all 10 seasons of Smallville, good and bad, you know. So you see all like it's always there, you know what I mean? So yeah, I like Felicity, you know, but I like Ray Felicity too, but you know, all this love and everything going on, it can be a bit much at times. It can kind of throw off the flow of the episode.
I actually prefer the dynamic of Ray and Felicity together. I think they're a much better couple for now.
For now. Well, I mean, Oliver
now.
did bring up a good point. You know, Ray is very new.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's a little bit more optimistic at the outcome of, you know, what's going to happen with their relationship. You know, I want a partner that can do this. Who knows? I mean, we did see Oliver talking, especially in like that one crossover episode. It's like, you know, we can never be together. We can never get the girl or something like that, you know? So, yeah, we'll see.
Actually, I think that this particular episode felt a little darker than usual.
It did.
It's usually darker in general, but yeah.
Which is nice, you know, it was an arrow.
It was cool. And I don't really have any other negatives. I can't think, I would have to
It was a good episode. I mean, it was a strong
It was
episode.
solid,
Yeah, I
yeah.
feel like we'd be nitpicking. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was a strong episode. It was a good episode all around. Strong
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Great
Do you have
episode.
anything?
Really, the only thing I had was with Ray. I gotta really check myself. I keep wanting to say Roy. With Ray, when he does his little X-ray imaging and picks up like Oliver's face and stuff, it just seemed like I would have liked them to have built that up a little bit more. He just like instantly checks it. Oh, that's Oliver. Done deal. I hate you all. Oliver's a murderer, and I gotta hate it. It just felt like it was moving a little rushed.
I hear you.
rush.
It felt a little bratty, like,
Yeah.
I just discovered something, and I'm not going to trust my girlfriend because she's friends with him. It was a little...
It just almost felt like they're rushing to get to that, whatever the outcome is going to be. Let's hurry up and get there, you know? So cramming everything in at once, and, you know, so, yeah.
Well,
so
look at that ending.
Yeah.
Maseo.
Maseo.
With the...
That ending, man.
I mean, when the credits go, you hear, whew, you hear like that, like the whoosh of the arrow going. Like, did he fire?
I don't think Felicity's gone. There's no way.
No.
No way. She can't be gone.
No way. No.
Felicity has boys in multiple cities.
Yes, she does. She gets around.
She has Flash. I mean, she
Nothing wrong with the girl. You don't want to have some fun, do her thing. Nothing wrong with that.
good.
Hey,
She's set.
it's 2015. Let her do what she wants. All right, guys. So now we're going to head over to some of our questions. We're going to respond to these. In the meantime, hashtag Arrow After Show will get you guys perhaps on air. So Ann's not here, so I'm going to attempt to do this. But before I get to that, I want to let you guys know that Doug Jones is going to be here at the stream.tv talking Arrow on April 15th and also talking Flash on April 21st. Is that right?
I believe so.
First,
Tuesday.
Yeah, so we're very, very excited to have him. So join us when he gets here. So, okay, without further ado, let's talk about some of these questions that we got from our fans. Okay, first one. At Surex93 asks, was it really necessary for Raj to wear the hood? Couldn't have gotten someone else to do that for him?
Well, we see that he does.
Yeah, he does.
Because when Oliver's surrounded by everybody, then he realizes, like, oh, and they did the whole Hail Hydra thing from Marvel, you know. Cut off one head and two shall take its place, you know.
But he doesn't have just one person do it. He has
No, yeah.
a lot.
of people.
Well, I remember like after last episode when we saw when Raish did that, we were just like, I don't see Raish getting his hands dirty. He doesn't need to.
Yeah.
He's such a badass. He can just like send his minions to do his dirty work, which you saw in this episode.
Right.
So yeah, I mean you didn't have to do that.
I thought I would be seeing more of Raj because of last week's episode. So I was a little disappointed that we didn't get to see him face off with Oliver in that manner. So that was a little, that sucks. But maybe we'll see it soon.
It's so hard to get all these characters in the screen time. There's just so many characters.
So many. And
good and bad. It's good and bad.
Maybe he's with his daughter right now, because she's in town too. You know?
Yeah, maybe they're getting some lunch.
Getting lunch.
I just can't see these characters like just doing anything. I can't see them getting a cup of coffee. I can't see like Rach going to Starbucks just buying some cup. I just can't see
running their errands, washing clothes.
Yeah, I mean, like who's this tailor? Where's he going shopping?
I mean, they all have aero suits that fit them all perfectly.
And where's he staying? Like, is he at the Ritz down there? I mean, where's his suite? I just want to see like see him check into a hotel. I want to see him do something normal for once.
I
love Race, love him.
I need to find the aero shop where everyone can buy little aero suits.
Spot on.
Yeah, spot on. Okay, so next question is by @BrowningAmber. Are Felicity and Oliver over for good? He seems to think she picked Ray over him, but did she really?
Drama.
We have a lot of Olicity Twitter followers.
We do.
Ever since I mentioned Olicity one week, I got like 20 new followers, and I'm thankful for Team Olicity out there. I appreciate all the follows, but it's interesting. Like, it's a very loyal fan base.
Oh yeah.
A lot of pictures of them, together and happy. And
well, that's the thing. I mean, we saw going back to like, she had to appear sometime during season 1, late in season 1, I believe, Felicity. And we always love their chemistry together. They're fun together.
She was the first one that found out that he was Arrow.
Yeah, exactly. So, I want to see them together. They're fun. There's still something there. I mean, you don't just like stop loving someone. And it's still there, but obviously she's all about Ray right now. Right. You know what I mean? So let them do that. Let them have a little honeymoon stage and see what goes down from there.
It's kind of like real life. You just got to let time solve itself. And at this time, Oliver is clearly not ready for a relationship.
At all.
Because he doesn't want to have a relationship.
So is Ray's voice getting deeper?
He's angry. Did anyone else notice he had like a red eye, like one red eye?
But even when he was like just talking to Felicity at the end, he was just, hey, he's like his voice got deep. I'm like, what's deep?
He's a superhero now, and you know how that works.
Why is he Batman?
You go Batman. You go full Batman.
Deep. He's going deep.
Yeah, I mean, and when Oliver talks to him, his voice was deep too, as usual. But I'm thinking he knows who you are.
How you doing? Hey, you gotta lower your voice. Hey.
But yes, I don't think Oliver and Felicity are done for good. I think that there's going to have moments, and then obviously it's going to cause this love triangle that's never going to end.
Felicity, keep the faith.
Keep the faith.
Stay strong.
Yes.
Stay strong. Don't give up.
Just save Roy Harper for me.
Okay.
All right. The next question. The @Eternal Reviews says, I know I'm sending this in early, but I live by the ETZ. I don't know what that is. Okay, I'm not smart. So anyone notice I'm very smart. So anyone notice Oliver left Roy unconscious after he defeated Ray?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
Again, dog eat dog, man. It's like, I could help you out right now, but I got other things to do. You're good, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of
I was waiting for him to shoot an arrow. And just ride into the clouds like last week. Just want to shoot that arrow, just go. I wanted to see that. I love that. That's a great exit.
I got to say for Roy, who I got so excited about last season, where he suddenly was coming into his own with the Mirror Crew and just kind of being crazy and insane, but he had strength. And then coming into this season, you saw him fighting alongside Arrow, and now he just doesn't feel like he's doing much. Even though he has his own suit and everything going on. Oliver kind of sometimes acts like he's a little more disposable, and that bothers me.
We keep getting those hints that he may be off the show.
That's probably why, but
you got Amellywood on Twitter there, Oliver Queen himself tweeting out like, said to say goodbye to somebody today. It's sad. So I'm hopeful that he's going to be alive, though. I hope he's going to go to the Teen Titans show on TNT. That's what I'm hopeful for. I don't think he's going to die.
Which would be cool, because if he does, that's got to be the same world.
Yeah, I would love him to be over there. That'd be great. I'd love him to be over there.
Yeah, I would love to see him.
You have to watch him on TNT, though. That's it. New after show.
New after show.
There you
Teen
go.
Titans on the stream.tv. New show.
There you go.
Started it. No, I don't have that power, dude. I'm just joking.
Look out.
I can't make claims like that. Yeah.
All right. Final question of the night. @JacobWeber1. Do you think the Black Canary will get the power to Canary Cry, or will she just keep using those little devices? I don't think, has Laurel used that little device? Is she?
I'm trying to remember. She might have. I know we saw it briefly. I know that for a fact. As far as like her powers, I mean, they haven't really embraced the meta-human on Arrow, so I seriously doubt it. That's more of a Flash thing.
I think so too, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool. I think it'd be awesome. But yeah.
This is a series grounded in reality.
So grounded
It's
in
gritty,
reality.
it's dark, it's Christopher Nolan-esque. This is a gritty show.
I mean, who knows? Maybe she can go visit Central City and something happens to her. Crossover, and suddenly she has the
Conveniently gets struck by lightning.
She's in Central City and something happens. Like, oh no, yeah, let's just mute. Yeah,
yeah.
What do you think? Do you think?
I don't think so. I think it's always going to be kind of more scientific.
Yeah.
You see the Adam's not who he is in the comic books. Comic books much more superpowery. He's more scientific.
Sure.
It's always going to be about the science in the show.
He's supposed to shrink in the comic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, except for Raish though. Raish is the only guy who's a little bit more than human because of the pool. But even that they kind of explain, like, it's like where he got the waters from and all that. So there's always an explanation for everything.
All right, guys. Well, that wraps up this week's after show for Arrow. In the meantime, hashtag Arrow After Show, and don't forget that Doug Jones will be joining us in about 2 weeks, right? Mm-hmm. So in the meantime, where can everyone follow you guys? Over here, David.
You can find me at GriffinDE on Twitter, also at Think Hero Pro on YouTube.
You forgot for a second.
I forgot. Oh, and we have a show Michael and I are doing here at the stream.tv.
Yes.
Most importantly, called 3 Minute Warning.
The hottest
sports show on the planet.
All of the internet.
All the internet. Hottest sports show on the planet.
If you want to see these men talk sports, because you definitely do, you got to check them out.
Send your questions, hashtag 3MW.
There you go. There you go. And you.
You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Michael Alexis, also on the YouTube channel Think Hero Pro, and 3MW, 3 Minute Warning.
3MW, yes. And you can follow me at KAORIOUS, that's Kaorius, and Ann and I at Team Amazian. And thank you guys for joining us here at the stream.tv. We'll catch you guys next week for some more Arrow.
Hey guys, if you want more Arrow or other after shows, click the subscribe button to the stream.tv.